Alright, alright, alright. Hello, hello. Let's turn that off. That's a MIDI cover of Coma Black. Anyway, switch over to the thing here. Okay, so gonna be tier listing every Manson song. I found this wonderful, pretty comprehensive and like labeled thing. Like this is a very good tier list. I like this. There's only like a couple of things I don't necessarily recognize. Because there are some tracks that are kind of unavailable nowadays, but I still have heard some of these, like less common ones. But we're gonna do our best. So, gonna be honest. The first thing here, Nobody's Against All Gods remix. I actually haven't heard that one. Now I've reorganized this tier list a little bit. I've got the ratings, right, like as you would expect, and then at the bottom I've changed the bottom one to I haven't heard or it's not a song because they've got like the prelude to the family trip track. That's not really a song, so I'm going to put that there because, I mean, you know, you can't tier list that in the same way you would tier list the next song, which actually, these aren't in track order, but that's okay. So, I guess we're starting off on sort of a sour note because, haha, sour note. I don't really like Sweet Tooth, so that one's going in C. So, I'll explain the tiers as I go through them. D is going to be like, I don't want to hear these songs pretty much ever, right? Like, anything that goes in D tier is like, I really don't like that song. C tier is like, I'm not going to actively, like, choose to listen to it, but I don't, like, hate it. It's just not going to be something I reach for. And then B is going to be, like, pretty enjoyable, but not necessarily the best. A tier is going to be, like, fucking awesome. And then S tier is, of course, like, these are the great ones. Which, again, all of this is my own opinion. If you have your own opinions, let me know. I welcome contrary opinions to my own. So I'm gonna throw Snake Eyes up in S. I actually really like this song. One of my favorites to listen to off of Portrait. Really enjoyable. Plus, I have a sort of personal bias towards it because of the fact that my mother really loves this song, and it's very funny and like out of character that she does. So My Monkey, I'm gonna put in B. I like listening to it, but it's not like a reach for kind of song, a go-to. Misery Machine, I'm going to throw in A. I really like Misery Machine, if we're not including, obviously, like the silence that's at the end of the track, just the song itself. Cake and Sodomy, solid A tier song. Lunchbox, S tier. Lunchbox is fucking great. It's one of my favorite Manson songs, and certainly one of my favorite off of this album. Organ Grinder. I'm actually going to put Organ Grinder in B. I think it's a solid song. I actually like oh, is it not down here? Oh my god, they didn't put it. They didn't put it. Kitty Grinder is the Smells Like Children remix, or like, it's essentially just an entirely different song with the same lyrics. Kitty Grinder is, I think, the superior version of Organ Grinder, but anyway, let's continue. Cyclops is pretty good. It's not amazing, though. Dope Hat going in S. Dope Hat is fucking great. Get Your Gun, I'm going to put that as a solid A. I think it's really good. Wrapped in Plastic, same thing. Really, really good song. And I really like Dogma. I would put that in A rather than B. So the Sweet Dreams cover, I'm going in S tier. I think it's perfect. It is a perfect representation of what a cover song should be. Because it's so different than the, the original song. I think that's exactly what it should be. I put A Spell on You cover. I'm going to put that in A. I think it's pretty enjoyable, but, that's about as far as I'm going to take that. So, okay, I just realized this is here uncensored. Rock and roll. I'm gonna, you know what? I don't care what anyone has to say about this. I'm putting that in A. I think as a song, it's really good. Yeah, it uses unpleasant language, but it's not used in a racist context, so I don't really have a problem with it. And speaking of N-word, Irresponsible Hate Anthem, we'll put that in A as well. I think that's a really good song. Angel with the Scabbed Wings, I'm actually tossing that in S. I think that's really good. Kinderfeld, I'm going to put that in A. Solid song. Antichrist Superstar, S tier. 1996, one of my favorite Manson tracks, S tier for sure. Minute of Decay, not one of my favorites. It's still a good song though. Reflecting God, S tier. Fucking so good. Man That You Fear, I'm also putting in B. Beautiful People, S tier. Dried Up, Tied Up, and Dead to the World. I think I'm gonna put that in B. It's a song that I like, but it's not like one of my favorites, you know. Tourniquets, I'm going to put an A. I could see some people putting that in S, but I'm not going to personally. Little Horn is also going in A. I really like Little Horn. Cryptor Kid is good, so I'm going to put it in A. Minute of Decay should be an S. Did I rank that already? Oh, yeah, I did. I mean, hey, man. That's fair of you to like it. I just I don't personally enjoy listening to it all the time. So that's kind of how my rankings work. Is like how much do I really like listening to the song? Not necessarily do I think like it's artistically like, you know, perfect. But you know, that's fair if you think it belongs in S. I think it is a good song. Deformography. I could put that in A. I like Deformography. I like Wormboy a lot as well. And Mr. Superstar. I'm actually going to put Mr. Superstar in S. I really like it in not just in like its construction, but in its concept. Okay, Apple of Sodom. This one's interesting because I didn't know about it for a long time. And when I finally listened to it, I was just like, wow, this is great. I love that song, and I'm glad that it's on this tier list, which kind of calls into question why certain songs are not, but that's fine. Great Big White World, I'm putting that in solid A. New Model, I'm going to give that an A as well. User-friendly, A. Fundamentally Loathsome, A. The Last Day on Earth, A. Coma White, S tier, for sure. Dope Show, S tier, of course. I love Dope Show. Mechanical Animals, S. Rock is Dead, S. Disassociative, I'm going to give that a B, which might sound surprising, but here's my rationalization. I like it. I don't always reach for it. Speed of Pain, going in S. Posthuman, S. I Want to Disappear, A. And then I Don't Like the Drugs. That's definitely an S tier. One of my favorite Manson tracks, for sure. So down here we've got Golden Years. I don't actually think I've heard that one, so gonna have to put it in the bottom. Unfortunately, I don't recognize it by the title at least. Astonishing Panorama. I'm putting that in S tier. I think this is such a good song, and I think it's criminal that it's on like a live album. Just really disappointing that it's only on a live album. A Rose and a Baby Ruth. I actually don't remember what that is, so I'm gonna have to put it down here. I can't recall. The Highway to Hell cover is pretty solid, but I'm gonna put it in B. I don't really like the original song all that much. I'm not an AC/DC guy. Let's see here. Disassociative is your favorites from Mechanical Animals. Last Minute is mind-blowing. It is good. Again, I don't want the impression to be that when I put it in B tier that I think it's not good. I've said this before, that Mechanical Animals is my favorite Manson album because I consistently enjoy it every time I listen to the whole album. But Disassociative in that context is not one of the songs that I like the most from it. Still a good song. God Eat God. You know, God Eat God is weird. Because it's not like quite the same as like the rest of the kinds of songs here, but I'm gonna put it in B. I love it more so for the context of it leading into the love song, and I really like the love song, so I'm gonna put that in A. Which I know I just skipped, but that's also the album order would be to have gone that way anyway. But anyway, Nobodies. This might be a controversial opinion a little bit. I'm gonna put that in B. I know it's a really popular Manson track. It's not really one of my favorites, though. Death Song, I'm also going to put in B. It's pretty good, but it's just not exactly one of my favorites. The Lamb of God, I'm going to have to put that down with Sweet Tooth as a song that like I can listen to. I don't usually choose to. I usually only listen to it when I'm just sitting down and listening to the whole album. Born Again is one of my favorites. I fucking love Born Again. It rips really hard. So does Burning Flag. Whoops. Oh my god. Okay, we're losing track. W, the Nobodies is overrated as fuck. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. I don't usually like to just write things off as overrated or whatever, but I definitely do agree in this case. I think Nobodies, it gets more attention than like the whole album, and I think there's so many other better songs on the album. But yeah, Burning Flag up here, S tier. Burning Flag rips. So good. Coma Black. I really like Coma Black. It's incredibly depressing, but when I'm in the mood for it, it's just really good. Valentine's Day, I'm going to toss an A. I really like Valentine's Day. Good song. Fall of Adam. Fall of Adam's cool, but I don't really listen to it all that much, so I'm going to put it in B. But in context with the album, I think it's good. King Kill, really good. Putting that in A. The writing is so small. It's smaller on my monitor than it is on the stream. That is Count to Six and Die. I'm gonna put that in C. I think it's good, but it's got the same C tier situation where these are just songs that I don't really listen to outside of when I listen to the whole album. Fight Song, gotta go in S. I like the Fight Song a lot. There's something insane about the energy when he's screaming fight. Everyone who knows that song knows what part I'm talking about. And, God, it gets me fired up. It gets me really into it. Disposable Teens is going in S. I have long had a very strong bond with this song. I remember listening to it when I was in elementary school. Me and my sister would fucking, like, crank it up and just, like, dance in the living room. It's fun shit. Target Audience, this is a song that grew on me over time. I don't think I really liked it that much the first time I heard it. I really like it now. Good song. President Dead. I love President Dead. It's got a fun energy, good guitar work, enjoyable to listen to. Shadow of the Valley of Death. I'm also putting that in A, honestly. More of a downer, kind of slow song, but sometimes when he hits, you know. Crucifixion in Space. I like this song a lot. It's enjoyable. Place in the Dirt, I'm also putting in C. It's one of these songs where I just don't really listen to it very much. Okay, now these next three, I have heard these, not very much though, because these are not really officially available on like Spotify or anything like that, so it's not as common that I listen to them, but I have heard them before. I feel like I can't fairly judge them though, because I've heard them so infrequently. I'm going to have to put them down here. I have technically heard them, but I feel like guilty if I rate them, and I don't really know them well enough to say. And actually, I don't know if I've heard this one at all, so that one's going to go down there as well. Redeemer. This one, I'm mad about this song. I am bitter as hell that this is not on Spotify. So I do have the song in my Spotify library, but I can't listen to it like on my phone because, it's not available on Spotify. It's in my my hard drive. But anyway, yeah, Redeemer, I fucking love that song. I've really enjoyed it throughout most of my life, honestly. So this is going in the not a song category. It doesn't count because it's not really a song. Spade is a song that I really like. Gonna put that up there. Paranoir is weird. I have mixed feelings about it. I like the instrumentation. I think it sounds cool. I'm not really a fan of like the delivery of it though, because it's a woman speaking at you, vapid and annoying statements, which I mean that's on purpose, but the chorus of the song is not most of the song, so I'm gonna have to put that in C. Now, Bright Young Things, I like this song a lot, going in A. Better of Two Evils is okay. It's not one of my favorites, though. Vaudeville, same thing, B tier. Okay, Obsequy is not really a song. Paranoir is D for you. It's just Manson screaming like a loon as a woman is talking. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much what I said. So, the only reason it's not in D for me is because I think the instrumentation is really... Honestly, if I could just get an instrumental version of Paranoir, I would be in on it. And I do give him credit for the limited vocals that are in the song. So when he screams the "I don't need a reason to hate you the way that I do," and then he fucking screams it, it's pretty good. But yeah, I don't know. It's not enough to put the song any higher. Tainted Love cover, I really like it. I'm gonna throw that in S. I think it's enjoyable. This is the new shit for me is gonna put that in B tier because even though I'm a larger defender of Golden Age than I think a lot of people are, that's not one of the songs that I defended for. Mob Scene, however, Mob Scene's S tier for me. I have always fucking loved that song. Just rip roaring good time, sweet guitar work, fun, and actually, I don't think anyone else would pick this necessarily, but I have a huge affinity for Dull Dag a Buzz Buzz Ziggity Zag. That's going in my S tier as well. It's just really fun and it's like danceable. It's got like a weird like if swing music was industrial. It's just really awesome. Use Your Fist, I'm also putting in S tier. This song just gets me hyped with like lightweight anger. Where like I'm not actually gonna go out and fight somebody, but makes me feel like it'd be fun to do it. Please don't go out and fight random people. There's a disclaimer, disavow. Anyway, Golden Age, the song. I'm going to put that in B. I think it's a decent song, but it's not one I usually reach for. Saint is going in S. I love Saint. I don't care. Fucking fight me if you disagree. Saint is really good. Kaboom Kaboom. I'm going to put this in B. This one, I have mixed feelings about this song because I really like the verses. I like some of the weird wordplay that he does, which that's kind of a commonality on the album itself, is there's a lot of fun wordplay. But this song, I think the chorus just doesn't really work for me. So I'm still going to put it in B, but it's a loose B. Consider it like BC adjacent. But anyway, Slut Garden, I'm going to put in A. I've always liked Slut Garden. Now we're doing a break from actual album releases. These are whatchamacallit, from like the compilation. Well, not This Is Halloween, but this Personal Jesus. I like it as a listening experience. I do think it's a little bit lazier as a cover than like Sweet Dreams, because Sweet Dreams sounds significantly different than the original song. Personal Jesus is more similar to the original, and I feel like that sort of, I don't know, works against it, but it is still like fine. I like listening to it, but I can't put it any higher than A. I mean, A is pretty generous, I think. Long Hard Road Out of Hell, I'm gonna have to do S. Really, really love this fucking song. Let's see here. The This Is Halloween cover, you know what? Classic. It's so good. It's so fun. Okay, so let's see here. We are down to Eat Me, Drink Me, which I got this when it came out in, 2007? So I was in, like, fucking 6th grade or something. And, yeah, that was an interesting experience for sure. If I was your vampire, I would put this in A. I think it's a pretty good song. You and Me make the... Jesus Christ. You and Me and The Devil Makes Three. I'm putting that in S tier, actually. I don't know how many people would agree with me on that, but the instrumentation is so fucking sinister, and the first verse is so enjoyable to sing along to. I just love it so much. The title track, Eat Me, Drink Me, I think is pretty good. I'm going to give that a nice A. Putting Holes in Happiness, really good. It's got nice guitar work and stuff. Really like it. Red Carpet Grave is... I'm going to put that in B. I think it's pretty enjoyable, but yeah, it just feels more B to me than A. They said that Hell's Not Hot. I'm actually going to put this one in D. This is our first D choice. Because I just don't like it. Sometimes I don't even have explanations. It's just the feeling, right? Like, I just don't feel that song. I don't vibe with it at all. So, yeah, that's our first D tier. Just a Car Crash Away, I'm going to put in... I'm going to put that in B. I think it's pretty enjoyable. It's also repetitive, so you got to be, I don't know, I guess in the right mood for it. Otherwise, I suppose it could get annoying, but I'm usually in the mood for it when I hear it. Heart-Shaped Glasses, S tier. It's such a good song. Evidence, I'm going to put in A. I've always liked Evidence. Are You the Rabbit, I'm also going to put in A. I like it a lot, I think. There's a part in the song where it kind of... I don't know how to describe it. I guess I could mimic it. It's like the song kind of like stops for a second and it's like dun 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 dun, and then he goes into like the faster thing. Like that just sounds good. It just sounds really cool. And then Mutilation. You know what? I'm also gonna give that an A. I've always liked that song. And just like that, we're done with another album. Now we get to move on to High End of Low, which, again, another pick I could see people disagreeing with, but it's my list, so I can do whatever I want. Devour, for me, is an S-tier song. I really like the build-up, and I like when it finally, like, kicks fully into gear. I feel like it's a good journey as far as, like, one song is concerned. White Spider, I gotta be honest, I don't think I hate this song, but I don't care about it, so I'm gonna put it in D. It's one that I always forget. And Unkillable Monster is going to go in D. I actively dislike this song. It's my least favorite Marilyn Manson song, I think, of all. I don't like it. It's too long, and it just doesn't work for me at all. Now let's see, moving on. We're From America. I'm going to give that a nice A. I think it's a pretty enjoyable song. I like the sort of, like, satire of it. It's funny, and I enjoy that. And also, there's a lot of truth in it that I think is pretty uncomfortable, but it's good stuff. Absolute W. Devour is amazing. The High End of Low isn't credited enough for the bangers in it. I agree, my dear chatter. I love music. You are correct. I think I've seen this album at the bottom of some people's tier lists, and like I just don't see it. I think it's really good. I think there are songs on it that I don't like, such as the ones I'm going to put in D or whatever, but there are some great songs here. I have to look up Just to See Hell. I really like this one. That's going in A as well. Into the Fire. I'm going to put this in B. Oh, whoops. That's C. Whoops. There we go. Okay. I'm going to put it in B. I think it's good, but it's not as good as the ones that I like more from the album. I also really like 15. The end, like, minute or two of the song is incredible to me. I think it just sounds so good. And I have a experience that possibly isn't replicatable for other people. They might not feel the same way. But when I was homeless, I would just go on walks at night because I didn't want to stay in the hotel room that I was stuck in, or motel, trashy, hotel better, maybe. But yeah, I would walk around at night, like 2 a.m, just cranking songs in my my headphones. And 15, when you're walking around at like 1 a.m. and you're like feeling down, I don't know, it just hit me in a very particular way. But anyway, that's pretty personal feeling that, like I said, I don't expect other people to be able to relate or anything. But anyway, Pretty as a Swastika, I'm gonna put that in A as well. It rips. It comes in hard and fast, and it's a short song, and I think it's awesome the whole way through. Leave a Scar, I'm going to put this in C. I don't hate it, but I don't really choose to listen to it very often. Four Rusted Horses, I'm going to put that in A. That song just, it's awesome. It's really good. Armagoddamn Motherfucking Geddon, putting that in A as well. Blank and White, another one that's going in C, where I don't really hate it, but I just don't reach for it very much. Running to the Edge of the World. Oh my god, I've made a horrible mistake. Okay, shit. Unkillable Monster is not the one I wanted to put in D. I actually like Unkillable Monster. I was confusing it with Running to the Edge of the World. My fucking mistake. Jesus Christ. I feel guilty now. Because, you know what? I've smeared the song unfairly. Everything I said about that song is actually what I meant about Running to the Edge of the World. I think Running to the Edge of the World is too long and just doesn't work for me. Unkillable Monster is fine. I like that song just fine. Okay, fuck. What a terrible screw-up. Anyway, I Want to Kill You Like They Do in the Movies. That's going in S tier. This is 100% one of my top favorite Marilyn Manson songs. And I might sound like a psycho saying this. I think I've made this disclaimer before. I find it to be highly erotic in spite of its violent tone. There's something very sexual about it, and it's awesome. But anyway, not to drag the conversation in a weird sexual direction, we'll keep going here. So our next one, oh my god, stop. Fuck, my desktop's being stupid. Next one is Wow. I guess that's the last song to rate. I'm gonna put that in B. I like it, but I don't know. It is a little odd. I'll concede that. So anyway, that is all of the tracks for that album. Now we move on to our next one, Born Villain, which is an album that is one of my least listened to albums, but the songs that I like off of it, I really do like. So I'm going to start with Hey Cruel World. Put that in A tier. I think it's good. I think it's a really good song. Lay Down Your Goddamn Arms, same thing, going in A. Murderers Are Getting Prettier Every Day. That's an S tier song for me, actually. The only one that's going to come off of that album, but I think it's so good. It's really, really awesome. Born Villain, it's going in C tier for me. It's okay, but I don't know. It's a lot of the songs here are just going to go in C tier because they're not the worst, but they're not really all that good to me either. So let's see here. Breaking the Same Old Ground, same thing, C tier. You're So Vain. I'm going to put this in A tier. I think it works. No Reflection. I like No Reflection. Gonna put that in A. Pistol Whipped is B tier for me. And then Overneath is also going to be B tier. I think it's interesting, but it's the kind of song where I have to be in a mood for it, so that kind of actively cancels it out from being higher than B, I think. Slow Motion, I'm putting in C, I guess. I'm not crazy about it. Gardener, also C. Flowers of Evil, also C. Children of Cain, also C. And then Disengaged is going up to A. I really like Disengaged. And then, this is interesting. This is Hypothetical by Emigrant, which is, it's like the guitarist from Rammstein has his own, like, side band. And Hypothetical is a song he made with Manson doing the vocals. And it's okay, but it's not great, so I'm going to put it in C. Okay. Production was garbage on Born Villain, least favorite from Manson. Only track I enjoyed was Gardner. That's a take that I've seen, not specifically the Gardner comment, but I've seen a lot of people say that they don't like Born Villain. They rate it lower, which is why it was kind of funny. I was on OkCupid like 10 years ago, or no, probably like 7 or 8 years ago, and saw this girl on there, and she was like way into Manson. I was like, hey, what's your favorite album? And she said Born Villain, and I was like, huh, that's not typical, at the very least. That's honestly very unusual, but, okay. And, yeah, that didn't really go anywhere, but I don't know. That's all the story was. So, anyway. So now we're on to Pale Emperor, which, first of all, great cover. Great album cover. I really like that one. Killing Strangers, I'm putting that in S tier. I think this is such a great song, and it's really... it's fun that it was in, I think it was the first John Wick movie, because I don't usually expect to hear Marilyn Manson in like movies that were made past a certain year, so that was fun to hear it for sure. Odds of Even, I'm gonna give that a B tier. It's okay. Oh wait, they've got extra tracks here. Some of these are like the acoustic, like deluxe edition, alternate takes. So. Okay, Day 3 is like the acoustic version. You know what? I'm going to do something here. I'm going to not include those. So even though that doesn't technically fit what I've renamed the tier to, that doesn't count for me. Neither does this, because that's also like an acoustic version. I think this one is too, Fall of the House of Death. Okay, are we clear of those? Okay, good. We're on to just the songs now. I'm going to put this in A. This is Deep Six. Hopefully you guys can read that. I actually am not really sure. Deep Six is a good song. I like it. Third Day, another good song. Putting that in A tier. Mephistopheles of Los Angeles, another good one. Good fucking song. Worship My Wreck, I'm going to put that in B. It's alright, but it's not one of my favorites. Slave Only Dreams to Be King, I think this one's pretty good. And so is, where is it? Cupid Carries a Gun. Put that in A tier as well. And Devil Beneath My Feet, I'm putting this in S tier. I really, really, really like this song. It's very enjoyable to me. And then we've got Birds of Hell Awaiting, which... Wait, which song is this? Oh god, I can't remember it. I'm sure I would remember it if I listened to it. I'm going to put that in here, because actually I can't remember what song it is, unfortunately. So, that clears up that album. We're on to Heaven Upside Down, which, I I remember anticipating this album quite a bit when it was coming out. I was very happy when it finally did. Gonna have to put Revelation 12. I think that's an A tier song. I really like that song. I listen to it fairly often. Threats of Romance is pretty good too, but I'm gonna put that in B. It's just a little less frequently in my playlists. Tattooed in Reverse, I'm also gonna put an A. Really enjoy that one. We Know Where You Fucking Live. I'm actually giving that an S tier. I really like that song. It's very fun. Say 10, going in S tier as well. I like that song a ton. Kill For Me is going in D. If there was an F tier, I would put it in F tier. These two songs right here, Running to the Edge of the World and Kill For Me, are like the two songs from Manson that I actually like really dislike. I 100% do not like them, and will never listen to them again. Which, you know what, considering how many songs we've already rated, and there's still more to rate, that's not bad, right? That's pretty good odds. If you can make that much music and I have this much of a generally positive opinion about it. So, it's not much of a criticism to be like, I didn't like one of your 100 and something songs, sir. It's like, okay. It's not really the worst thing you could say. But anyway, Saturnalia, putting that in A. Really like that one. Jesus Crisis. I really love the part where it gets kind of slow and they're just chanting Jesus Crisis. That part is awesome. Blood Honey, I'm putting in B. I think it's a solid song, but again, not one of the ones I reach for as much. And then Heaven Upside Down is also going to be in the same kind of grouping there. And then that's it for that album. Now we've got a couple of stragglers here, loose ones that aren't part of a studio album, so we'll get through these. God's Gonna Cut You Down. I think this is a really good cover. I really like it. I think his singing is quite good there. Stigmata. This one's very special to me. I love Ministry. I love Marilyn Manson. Manson covering Ministry fucking works so well. This is a great song. I love it. It's really great. The Helter Skelter cover with Rob Zombie. I like this. It's fun. I'll give it an A. Cry Little Sister, another cover of the, what is it, like the theme song for the Lost Boys. Actually, never have seen the Lost Boys, but yeah, I think that's a good song. So I'll put that right there. And actually, I can't tell what this is. I can't read it, and I don't recognize the image, so I can't rate that. I don't know what that is. If one of the two people watching this can identify what this is for me, I would be appreciative, and I might even give it a quick listen and rate it. But for now, I don't know what that is, so I can't have an opinion on it. Okay, so Red, Black, and Blue. We are now on We Are Chaos, by the way. Red, Black, and Blue. I'm gonna give a B. I think it's all right. It's not my favorite though. Broken Needle. I'm gonna give that a B as well. I'm actually I've grown fonder of this album since I've listened to it a few times. Okay, I haven't heard the acoustic versions of either of those songs, so I'm not going to rate them. We Are Chaos, I'm putting that in S tier. I think that's a really awesome song. Really good. Don't Chase the Dead, I'm giving that an A. I think it's very nice. I like it quite a bit. Paint You With My Love. Now, I don't know if anyone else would put this in A tier, or S tier. I will, and part of it is because of a thing I read where somebody was asking, I don't understand the lyrics to this song. What does this mean? And I'll admit, I'm not the most, symbolically minded person all the time. So I didn't really know what the song was about either. So I was looking into it, and somebody gave their interpretation of it. And after reading their interpretation, it kind of elevated the song for me. If this person's interpretation is to be shared, it is, in their opinion, it is about the abuses of the entertainment industry, and some of the lyrics really kind of make sense from that perspective. So I found that really interesting, and it kind of made the song better for me. I'm also going to put Halfway and One Step Forward in S tier. I really like it a lot. I think that's a good song. And let's see, Infinite Darkness. Infinite Darkness is pretty cool. I think I'll put that in A, actually. And Perfume, I'm going to put that in B. Oop, that is C. Fuck. It gets a little confusing when there's not a gap. I can't really tell where I'm putting things. Keep my head together, B, and then also self-coagulant, B. So that's everything that's on this list. There is a song, at least, that is missing. The Suck for Your Solution, which actually, I wonder if that's what this is. I can't tell because I can't read it. But, I mean, is The End... Does he have a song, The End? Is that like a cover? I don't know what that is, but anyway, the Suck for Your Solution, I would totally put an S. That's a really awesome song. There's also the songs that he composed for the Resident Evil movie soundtrack. Not that those would be, like, you know, necessarily on the same level, but those are enjoyable. Seizure of Power, like famously known for the laser room sequence in the Resident Evil movie. That's an awesome, like, kind of just ambient instrumental track. And then... the Resident Evil like title theme is pretty cool too. That like spooky piano piece. I think that's pretty cool. Okay, cool. The End is garbage in my opinion. Don't recommend. Okay. So it is the name of a song then. Okay, because I didn't know about this. I might still hunt it down and listen to it, but you know, yeah, I can't speak on it myself. So anyway, that's all the songs that are listed here. I feel like there are more things missing than just the Suck for Your Solution, but they're escaping my mind. And obviously the Spooky Kids stuff is not on here, which actually that reminds me. Before we end this, because I don't have to end it just yet, I have a fun little thing we can do here where let's go ahead and search Marilyn Manson Spooky Kids. That might not lead us to it. There was one tier list somewhere in here that actually had the Spooky Kids stuff, and I can totally rank that stuff. So let's see if we can find it. I should have like bookmarked it maybe. Shit. Okay, just bear with me. We can maybe make this work still. But anyway, yeah, so for anyone watching this, either live right now or as a VOD, how do you feel about Manson getting signed to Nuclear Blast Records? Because I'm obviously excited. Of course I am. Because, you know, even when he does things that are different or... here, wait, let's try to refine the search. Even when he does things that are different or... you know, not in the same style as like previous albums, I always find it interesting to see where that stuff goes. So I'm really fond of seeing what is. Oh, it's this one. Look at this. See, it's hard to find because it's not accurate. It says every Marilyn Manson song / track tier list. That's not what's here. Yeah, that's not what this is, because this is not every Marilyn Manson song. This is every Spooky Kids song, maybe. Okay. By the way, I'm pretty sure The End is a song with The Doors. Okay, so it is a cover of The Doors song. And Manson, it's an 8 minutes long song. Okay. So shorter than the actual Doors song. But, I don't know. I feel curious to listen to it just because, like, I kind of like that original song. So I'm not intimately familiar with all of these Spooky Kids songs, but I'm going to rate them real quick anyway. So if you've ever heard any of these songs, you can give your opinion. I feel like I should get rid of some of these because I feel like it's redundant. Here, we'll do this. We'll well, wait. We'll just do that, and then I'll not. Can we bump this up? Oh, whoops. Oh, God. There we go. Okay. So I'll rate the ones that I remember because I have listened to all this before. These are all from before Portrait of an American Family was released. None of this was like made in studios. This is like garage recordings and shit. So some of it sounds a little rough. There's a cleaned up edition that was released of some of these songs, and it's like unavailable, I think, currently, because I think a former guitarist owned the rights and they're dead now, so I don't think there's anything happening with that, unfortunately. But I'll rate the ones that I remember for sure. White Knuckles, at least the good recording, is good. Now, I'm rating these in accordance with its own context. Okay, I'm not saying this is S tier in the same way that the regular Manson S tier songs are. I'm saying like for this selection of songs, that's S tier. Red in My Head also, I genuinely love that song. I wish there was a maybe better quality version of it available, but it's pretty awesome. And then as you can see, like some of these are songs that they ended up doing later, like My Monkey, Strange, Same Dogma, just became Dogma and Portrait. Um, oh, that's right. Okay, so some of these are repeats because White Knuckles appears a few times and stuff like that. I'm not going to rate each one individually because I don't remember which ones are like the best recordings. Chocolate Factory is surprisingly enjoyable. -3, I think, is really good as far as the Spooky Kids years are concerned. Um, Funnily enough, I just noticed this. She's Not My Girlfriend. I think Manson was once quoted as saying that's the worst song he ever wrote. And I can't remember listening to it in too much detail, so no real strong comment from me on that, but that's interesting. Thrift is pretty good. I wouldn't mind like a good studio recording version of Thrift. Some of these songs could totally be salvaged, but I think there's issues with the rights because I don't think Manson actually has the rights to all of this stuff. And shit, I'm kind of running out. Where's Dune Buggy? Dune Buggy's pretty fun. Ooh, is it Learning to Swim? There's one of these songs that I sometimes get confused. Where's unless I picked it already. Shit. Oh no, I'm losing track because there's, I mean, for one thing, there's repeats. Learning to Swim. I don't think it's Learning to Swim. There's one that I like. I can't find it. That's weird. I don't even see it here. Huh. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, so unfortunately I can't rate it. But there is a song here that's not listed that I really like. I mean, honestly, okay, I'm not going to bother trying to remember all the rest of these. But anyway, I'll say this. These Spooky Kids songs, if you like Manson and you haven't heard these, you haven't, like, gone back and seen the earliest incarnations, these I would recommend, preferably on the, I think it's called, like, Lunchboxes and Chocolate Cows or something. It's a compilation where they did like cleanups of a bunch of these Spooky Kids tracks, and then released them that way. If you can find those, which I think they're all on YouTube, so you can probably very easily find them. I recommend doing so. Particularly the highest quality version of Red in My Head is really good, and -3 is really good as well. I think those are two really good songs, and it's a shame that they're, you know, kind of forgotten. But anyway, I'm gonna switch over to the camera real quick here for my sign off. So anyway, that was all my Manson delving. I've just had Manson on the brain because of the Nuclear Blast Records signing announcement. I'm speculative. I'm excited. I'm hoping that at the very least I come away with some songs that I really like. But we'll see. Time will tell. And when that comes out, I'll be right there to check it out the second it's available. And I'll probably do a live stream or a video or something. But anyway, thank you for showing up, whoever was here, even if you weren't chatting. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in whatever the hell I do next time.